Hi everybody, I'm trying my best, so be patient with me. So today I want to talk about the autistic neurotype. Cat! Autistics have a different neurology than people who are not autistic. So basically, neurology is the connection between your brain and your spinal cord, and that influences your senses and your sensory system. We interpret the world through our sensory system. And because we have a different sensory system than other people who are not autistic, that's why we have such different experiences. I want to cover two basic things. The first one being the impairments that people say that we have because we're autistic, and how they're really just differences, and autistic sensory processing. All these differences of the brain that impact and are impacted by, in a cycle, the sensory system. We have sensory processing, which is the ability to sense the environment around us and to feel what it is through our senses, and the way that we process these senses. The messages that the sensory receptors are sending from the spinal cord to the brain tell us what we are feeling and then how to react to it. And sometimes, because we have the processing differences, we don't know always how to react. Sometimes when you're having these different senses being attacked and you don't know how to respond to them, we go into sensory overload. And that's we can't filter out the input that we are receiving. And so processing it is either so difficult or so many things are happening at once that we can't process it, so that we have to regulate ourselves. One part of regulation is physical regulation. So when you're feeling physically off, stimming really helps. When I'm in pain, stimming really helps to displace that. When I'm either really hot, like on my arms, and then my legs are really cold, like I'm not all one body temperature, I'll take a shower. And then there's also emotional regulation, which doesn't actually have a overarching scientific term. But the way that I best understand it, being able to respond to something in an emotionally beneficial way to you and others, I guess, and how to manage your behaviors that are driven by your emotions. Because we have different neurology and a different sensory system, then a lot of the autistic experience is determined by how we are emotionally impacted by that. Differences in our way of perceiving the world are abnormal because there are less autistic people than non-autistic people, apparently. Our neurotype is not a disease. It is not some kind of sickness. It is not something that has errors in it that you should take the errors out and then you'll be normal. It's just physical differences that you have to accommodate to. It's like if you're trying to put a polar bear inside the jungle, obviously it's going to be used to the snow and physically accommodate to being in the snow, and it's going to be having a really rough time in the jungle with black bears and whatever kind of bears are even in the jungle. My sister went to the Amazon, not me. Some of the conditions such as epilepsy, seizure disorder, anxiety, depression, some learning disabilities, a lot of that stuff is very common in autistics because of our neurology. We don't know why we are prone to that more than non-autistics, or if there is a huge connection that we're missing. Not sure, I'm not a scientist. The more we learn about neurology, the more we can start to make those scientific discoveries and learn more about it and help more people. When we open up from this view of here's the normal brain and here is a divergence from it, we'll start to see that there is so much more than just a standard brain